boys, welcome back to another very interesting offseason episode here on the Ballin In Burgundy podcast. Yeah, myself, and we got
Yeah.
Chris back in the building. Andrew will hop on later, but Chris, what's happening? Drinking a cold bevy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nothing too much.
Absolutely.
Nothing too much.
Well,
Waiting
so
on
yeah,
some waiting on some Terry McLaurin news.
hey, we rocking 17 for a reason around these parts. But we got one half of On the Fence podcast. You know him, y'all love him. We got Reb in the building. What's happening?
What's going on, y'all? How you doing today?
I can't complain too much. Can't complain too much. How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Thankful to be on here talking ball. Happy that football is back in the air. I feel like once OTAs wraps up, mini camp and training camp are right around the corner. So I'm just pumped, excited
I mean,
about it.
training camp starts Tuesday, so when this goes out, it'll come start in 24 hours. So before
Yeah,
we
man.
get into a lot of it, we're gonna talk about OTA standouts because there's compared to the past few years, a lot of standouts that
Mm-hmm.
young OGs, and
Mm-hmm.
then we got to talk about the man of the hour for a reason. You see the thumbnail;
17.
it's crispy. We're gonna talk about it. Before we get to any of that, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe here on Ball and Bernie Podcast. We are currently sitting at 610 subscribers.
Let's go.
Y'all knocked it
Let's
out
go.
the park with last episode. If you haven't watched last episode, you go click right up here. Or if you're like, what did he do? We had Gabe Taylor on, and y'all
Mm-hmm.
killed it with that. And OTF tweeted at us and commented. Tone did it. Juan did it. So y'all
Mm-hmm.
killed it and keep doing it. We're gonna have a lot more off-season talk, a lot more in-season talk. That's gonna be here on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Ball and Bernie Podcast, Twitter at BIB Podcast 22 because Twitter hates long usernames. Andrew's gonna get pop up in here, and then y'all can go follow Reb and company over at On the Fence Podcast, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Andrew, what's happening, my guy?
What's
How's
up,
it
Andrew?
going? It's
Good,
Pop.
Better
man.
late than never.
Excuse me being tardy, gentlemen.
Bro's
Factually
got the
late.
stash
Hey,
going.
I was gonna say,
I was
man, I
about to
noticed the new
say he
facial hair, Andrew.
A
What's
little
going
bit.
on, man? I
Yeah,
like
definitely
it.
changing it up. Yeah.
I like it,
combing
man.
up. I like
Very
it. I sees it.
distinguished.
Well, thank
Yeah. That's like a guy got the nature in his background. He ready for
you.
this. All right, I see you because none of us touch grass around these parts. Anywho,
I think the only
let
thing Andrew's missing is a girl.
oh
How do you know that, Chris? You making
diabolical
assumptions?
work.
Yes, I am. I am
All
making
right.
assumptions. I mean, I don't see a girl,
I can
with you
neither
or anything.
confirm nor deny.
No,
Smart
no, no,
man.
no. You can.
He could, he won't. He's being a smart man. But let's get into this while Andrew's setting up. Commander OTAs have basically officially wrapped up. Minicamp is T minus 24 as we're recording about 40-ish hours away because we're recording at night. And we have actually had quite a few standouts
Mhm.
in these OTAs. And the big name, it's not Josh Carnley Jr., it's not even Jalen Lane. It's our corner Trey Amos.
Mhm.
Multiple interceptions, pass breakups, coaches rave about him. Witt Jr. back on Wednesday at the press conference had nothing but glowing reviews for him and Madrano. I'll start with Reb and then we'll kind of go around the room. What were your thoughts when you keep hearing Amos's name in the media as like, no, this dude's on the rise. No, you got to watch out for 2-3.
Man, I'm loving it. I'm really excited about it. I also recently saw Mikey Sanders show post in Trey Amos's live stream saying that they're
Mm-hmm.
not ready for that fro and chill duo. I'm really excited to see how that's gonna come together because we all saw Mikey in that outside position last season, and I think he did a really great job. But I
Yeah.
think he's gonna be most elite in that slot position, and having Trey and Marshawn hopefully making a bounce back healthy, knowing the system a little bit. I think that's really going to open some stuff up for us and we can, hush a little bit of that disrespect that we have on our defense. So I'm pumped.
I can't wait. Chris, what are you thinking?
I mean, it's good, but it's also bad. And the only reason I say it's bad is because we don't know who's throwing the ball. So,
Touche.
like, if it's our glorious King Jaden Daniels issues. Um, but it's good because I like that. I like hearing our rookie cornerback name. Uh, you know, to pair him up with Lattimore, Frozo, and Jonathan Jones, even it's good. So you can substitute, obviously in and out. But if he keep making plays and then he does it during games, watch out. He might be something.
Hey, 2-3-0. I'm a likes it. Andrew, what are you thinking on our rookie corner and Trey Amos?
I mean, it's exciting and it provides that sort of added flexibility where, like you were saying, it allows Mikey to be more flexible in his where he's playing on the field, which I feel like is going to help out the whole secondary.
Yep.
What I like about this, I honestly, coming out of the draft, I liked him. I wouldn't say I loved him. There's definitely cornerbacks that I would pick before him. Um, but this is definitely getting me more confident, more excited, and definitely happier with this pick based on how it's sounding. I haven't seen much film or much tape from these OTAs, but from what I've heard, he's sounding really sharp. So looking forward to seeing what he can do in the preseason and then the regular season.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you need much more confidence, me and Mr. Lake Lewis Jr. talked about it. Reezy, Juan, and I have talked about it. Albert, everyone's talked about it. Amos had a first-round grade on him coming into the draft. Lewis had him 29th overall. Bro Schmo had him 31st overall. Everyone had this guy as a top. I remember mock drafts we were doing both in the chat and here on YouTube. I had Amos at 29-30 to us. So we got him at 61.
Yeah.
So to
Great value.
get a corner that late, that good, and for almost unanimously every media outlet saying, you know what's a really good steal out of the Commanders draft? Trey Amos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, Adam Peters said it himself in the Commanders log. He was like, we would have been happy taking this guy in the first round if
Right.
Connerly wasn't there, but
Yep.
he just so happened, to still be there, and we got our wish list. So I'm happy to see it going that way. And I haven't seen they haven't shown too much of the footage from
Mm-mm.
OTAs with Trey Amos, but he's just a name that constantly keeps coming up.
And for great reasons. Not for, man, he got burned today. Man, he let up 3 touchdowns to Mario. No, he picked off Mariota here, picked off Hartman here, picked up JD5, I think twice the other day. Like, it's saying it's repetitive. Oh, this man's going to be an absolute unit. Him and Sanderson, while they're learning from Lattimore and Jonathan Jones and company, we finally got secondary pieces that we can be appreciative of. Unlike Emmanuel Forbes. And St. Groupie.
St. Groupie.
Same flag. Chargers gonna have him.
Surprised Chris didn't jump in there.
I was about to say.
Don't get me started on St. Jude's, bro.
Let's not.
I was about to say, let's make sure.
We'll
Moving
crash
on.
out. Don't
need to
crash out,
just
bro.
yet. Bro, Reedy and Z keep bringing up when it was you, me, I think Reedy and Z last year, and you said, I'm going to call up the Commanders, find where Forbes lives, and commit violence on him. They keep bringing that up.
I didn't say I commit violence on him. I said I would have a good talk with him. I didn't say I commit violence. I said I would have a good
I had
talk.
to say, we do not condone violence here at the Ballin In Burgundy podcast. Those views of Chris Knox do not reflect those of his employer, okay? We had to do
because we also talking about the same man. We also talking about the same man that literally did not celebrate with his team. He literally went over to the 2 Bears players when we won the game. Bro was literally over there. How you doing? Here,
because he knows how it feels. He knows how it feels to be in that spot, man.
No,
Thankfully, we don't have to know how it feels to have a player like that on our team anymore. So we're good.
Nope.
No more. No, thank you. I'm gonna stick to defense because we talked about this on Wednesday on the Burgundy Breakdown. Even besides Wagner, future Hall of Famer, and Luvu, who had a Pro Bowl season, Witt and come here high on our linebacking core with Dom Hampton, Jordan McGee, my guy, and then Kane Madrano. We got not even just like we got athletes in this linebacking room. Witt said it before. He had sub nickel and dime packages for McGee ready to go if he didn't get injured. And Medrano, being a former receiver, only having, I think, 1 or 2 years at UCLA as a linebacker, he's our Luke McCaffrey this year. Does he miss tackles? Yes, but you can work on that, especially when he's still in that system. How do you guys feel thinking we have athletes in as linebackers and all the coaches are shining stars on them?
I personally love that that's something that Adam Peters has targeted because I don't feel like we saw that much with our old GM. It was more just going after players with good stats. But I like that he's targeting players that we can develop, even if there's some aspects of their game that they aren't super sharp in. In this his case, tackling. He acknowledges that they're good enough athletes and we have good enough coaches that we can work with that and we can develop them to be a very good starter. So big fan.
Yeah, I resonate with that as well too. I think it's nice one to see us getting a whole lot more West Coast guys. I felt like when we were in our old regime, we weren't as well rounded at drafting guys from all around, and I think they do a really good job with the West Coast stuff. And Madrano has a lot of flexibility. Like Witt said, he was like, I don't know if he's more Frankie Louvu or more Jeremy Chin. So I think that him being in that linebacking core also kind of helps out our secondary.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of the fan base
Mhm.
has been looking for a splashy name at like edge rusher, but I think the reason why we haven't seen that is because of some of these additions they've done, right? I think it's going to allow us to be a little bit more versatile in how we get after quarterbacks and attacks teams. So I'm looking forward to seeing how all the pieces come together.
What can I say? I agree. What can I say? I agree.
Hey,
I
hey,
mean, that's
hey,
pretty good statements.
hey. If we're all agreement here, this is a great thing to have because I remember this time last year we were like, man, like I'm a McGee guy, but people were not high on McGee, and it was like, well, now we got friction. Everyone's like, all right, linebackers we good at for like since Fletcher. And it's like
Been a long time.
I feel
Yeah.
like
Hey, by the way, I just like to mention the reel you posted, John, about the Caleb Williams,
okay,
Sam Howell thing.
all right,
What was processing through y'all's mind about that?
I
Y'all
didn't get
saying
that either.
okay,
y'all saying Caleb Williams is on the same level as Sam Howell?
all
Oh
right,
no.
all
Oh.
right. Let me clarify. If y'all haven't watched the full, we did a 2.5 hour stream on Wednesday, so we were rocking. All right, y'all go watch that up here. We got in the conversation of people saying if Caleb was on the Commanders, he would have had the same or better season than Jaden. We said we'll never know because coaching matters. My big
Mhm.
argument against that was he didn't know how to watch film. He didn't know how to break it down. No DX. All right. I even made the joke that killed Reed Easy and Juan, saying he listened to too much Kendrick Lamar and he turned the TV off. He didn't know how to watch the film, right? So, with that being said, if you look at the style of play and the style of coaching, that's what I meant. The turnovers, the sacks, the playing the hero ball. That's what got my comparison to Sam. I said he was a more average, meaning more athletic, but same style as Sam when he was with us. Juan said they're on the same level. Juan broke all of us.
Yo,
That's
that man had a major hot take. Just saying for the record, I'd love to get him on the podcast if you could talk to him about that so that way
Juan,
we can
absolutely.
have that conversation. Um, because that was outrageous right there to think they're on the same level. Caleb
As
Williams,
much
look, Caleb
as
Williams didn't even have double digit like turnovers, I think, or maybe
Double
interceptions.
digit
I don't
interceptions.
know.
He definitely had fumbles.
Yeah, but still,
as much as I love Sam Howell, after seeing him play in Seattle against, I believe it was the Packers this last season, I would take Caleb Williams over Sam
Oh,
Howell
yeah.
any day. Any
Mhm.
day. Caleb Williams is an above average quarterback. This last season, he was top 15 without a doubt in my mind. This
Mhm.
year, I feel like he'll be top 10 without a doubt in my mind.
Oh
So
yeah.
nah.
Sam's not a starter anymore, as much as it pains me to say it. But
Yeah.
I do see that connection that you're pointing out, John. But I feel like what people took from it was, Sam's just as good as Caleb Williams.
Nah, definitely not. Definitely not. I think Sam can have a resurgent career a la
I
Geno
hope.
Smith, a la Sam Bradford down the line if he's in the right system for a while and can have some time. But definitely just from raw talent and athletic ability, Caleb Williams, night and day upgrade over a guy like I would have if we didn't have Jaden, I'd be okay with Caleb Williams. Now I love Jaden and I think that was the right pick. I think Jaden should have been the number one pick, but hey, one man's trash is another person's treasure. So we're happy where we're at.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Because the Bears got Ben Johnson, right? If the Bears do not succeed with Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams does not play well, is Caleb Williams a bust?
I think that's when the bus conversation begins. I wouldn't quite consider him a bust just yet, but I think, Caleb has been used to playing with great offensive lines for most of his college career. So I think being in that, and great coaches. So I think being in the systems where he can't hold on to the ball as much as he used to, I think once he gets used to getting the ball out a little bit better, he'll be able to be all right. Like, I mean, watch that USC Colorado game. Look at the difference with what Caleb was doing. He was holding on to the ball forever versus Shador, who had no time and was still slinging the rock. So I think once he can get his processing up, he'll be all right.
Now
I'm just going to point out one thing is that people said, and some people still say that Ben Johnson is a better coach than Dan Quinn. I don't agree with it. Some people say that.
Better offensive mind.
Hey, look what happened in the divisional round.
He was a more sought after candidate, though.
Definitely. The fan base wanted Ben Johnson. I was always team Raheem Morris.
Okay.
And Dan Quinn, just because I felt like we needed somebody who can put together a staff, and I wasn't confident in Ben Johnson's ability to put together a staff just based off of his youth,
Yeah. I mean, granted, Ben Johnson did trade for a guard and signed the best center in free agency. Like, they revamped their interior.
They're the most improved offensive line this last offseason.
And they drafted Luther Burden, too. They drafted Luther Burden on top of that.
Colson Loveland, Ozzie Trapilo, like their first
stacked.
3 picks were all offense.
They're stacked.
Hey. So you know how we beat them off the Hail Mary this year or last year?
Mm-hmm.
Watch us beat them off of a double doink field goal.
Oh,
don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby? Don't you do it?
Chris, you were summoning evil spirits, my man. You were summoning the spirits of Cody Pocket. Can't have this. We don't want that in Northwest. We can't have this. All right.
We need to beat them by double touchdowns, 2 touchdowns. That's what we need to beat them by.
I think a double dunk would be fun. I wouldn't mind.
Man, not good for my heart rate, but
that'd be insane. That'd be insane.
Scary as it would be.
Oh man.
Everyone's heart rate would be like, and we're calling a bunch of hospitals right now. We can stop the press. We can stop the books. But going back to OTAs, one position that we spent like half an hour on the Burgundy Breakdown was running back. And we drafted one. Wasn't the guy that 3 of us, meaning our, your Burgundy boys, had in mind. But we took Ja'Cory Croskett-Merritt, a.k.a. Bill, little Bill, and speed, vision, aggressiveness, but elusiveness. We said this. We could very well see him being first or second running back by the bye week. And we have for us, an early bye week, which is week 12. We're used to 14, 15, 16. What are y'all's thoughts on Bill already, just with OTAs and the news coming out?
I think, go ahead.
I think I'm happy to see the versatility. He's going to come in with fresh legs. I don't know if he's going to take that starting spot right off the bat, but I do think that he's he could be like this year's Alfred Morris, like that guy, or even like a Tyrone Tracy, that guy that went super late, super talented guy, just happened to be in a draft where there was a lot of guys and circumstance he just slid. But I think he has the potential to really be something special, especially in that running back room where you already have somebody like Austin Eckler, you already have B Rob, you even have guys like Chris Rodriguez and Jeremy McNichols who gave quality minutes when they were on the field. So I really think that he's going to be an additional weapon, and he might be a useful tool in like those two running back sets. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him lined up next to Ryan Robinson out there a lot of times.
I also really like the versatility that he brings. I think he's a very high ceiling, low floor type of player. That was that was the pick, and I think our coaches were okay with that and knew that when they picked him. He basically didn't play last season in college. He played one or two games for Arizona, right?
One game.
One game.
One game, and then it was the East West Shrine Bowl.
Which he was the MVP.
He was the MVP.
Right. He went off, which is exciting. And yeah, he could be amazing. He could end up taking B Rob's spot maybe in the latter end of this season, next season. Or he could just be a 3 or 4 guy and not end up being with us for super long. Either way, I'm excited to see what he becomes. Could be great, maybe not. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see what the running. I just want to see what the running back room gonna be like. That's all I want to know is just who's gonna be our 1-2, and who's gonna be our 3-4, and who's gonna be our third down back to get to gain those yards. That's all I care about.
And we can pretty much solidify that right now. Brian's your 1, Austin's your 2, Bill's your 3. I would go McNichols your 4. I think McNichols is more valuable than C-Rod on the practice squad lists because of his veteranness and his versatility. Where C-Rod's been drafted here, he still has like another deal on his rookie year. It'd be harder to move him than it would be McNichols. So I think it's B-Rob, Eckler, Bill, and Jeremy.
Yeah, because McNichols also gives you the special teams versatility.
Exactly.
So I think he kind of locks up his spot because of that.
Yep.
Exactly. Now, one man we had brought up, and I'll move on to the man of the hour, is Nick Chubb's pretty much off the market.
Mm-hmm.
We can call it what it is. He's flying into Houston for a workout.
Rich get richer.
Rich get richer. Joe Mixon, Damian Pierce, Woody Marks, Nicholas Full Chubb. All for CJ Stroud to still throw the ball within a second because he has no offensive line.
Yep.
For being honest.
Yeah, they're going to be running that rock a whole lot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Mixon did well for them last year, so I got no issues by him. But a fully healthy Nick Chubb, we'll see how he does in Houston.
He could still be great, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
No reason he won't be good anymore. He's a good player.
Mm-hmm. My buddy was livid. He was like, I really think the Commanders are missing out with not going after Nick Chubb, but I just think our room is too crowded. I just think it's too crowded, man.
Too crowded, and him having legitimately back-to-back career-ending injuries on his lower torso doesn't help things.
I would have loved to see B-Rob, Eckler, Chubb, and then
And Bill.
JCM. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been just those 4. Get rid of McNichols, get rid of Rodriguez. We get those 4. That is an elite running back room right there.
I agree.
That's a good one. Yeah. You and Reedy and Z share the same sentiments. They said you released those 2 to practice squad Paradise if you get Chubb in there. The other
and I like them. I like McNichols. I like Rodriguez. I think they're really underrated players that are capable of being on a starting team. I like them a lot, but we've got a crowded room, and I'd rather have Chubb. So
fair enough.
Yeah,
but not looking like it'll happen.
I think it's the risk factor with Chubb that scares them. I feel like this front office, they want a short bet, and they're not saying that they don't see the talent. It's just like, why risk bringing in a guy like that? We'll invest some money. You're gonna have to sink a little bit of money in him. Like, why do it? I just think they're willing to take a chance with what they know works and see what happens from there.
I appreciate that they're not being reckless and just throwing money out there. I like that about this front office.
Dan Snyder.
No more Albert Hainsworths for us.
The culture is damn good.
All right, our
The
culture.
culture is actually damn good.
It's actually really good, guys. You didn't know about this already? We're Chocolate City. It was great. But let's get into what the thumbnail's about. Let's get into what the jersey I'm wearing. Andrew might be wearing this. There we go. Chris, we need to get you the burgundy one. We can have the full set.
I should have put mine on.
Oh, you should have popped yours on. That'd have been phenomenal. Scary Terry McLaurin. If I'm being completely honest, it's not as big of a deal as people are making out to seem.
I don't think
Bro,
so.
I mean, he missed mandatory minicamp the first time, and he still got the deal done.
He missed it in 2022 when he was due for a deal. He got that Scary Terry back row.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
like it.
I like that a lot. But if like Josh Taylor talked about it, Rio's talked about it, I've talked about it, Bernie Breakdown's talking about it, we've talked about it on our social media, we talked about it in the group chat. What is the holdup? It's the guarantees. What is it always? It's the guarantees. I would bet Terry wants 32 to 33. We're probably in the boat of 30 to 31. It's that guaranteed annual per value or annual yearly value. And then, of course, you have everyone and their mother coming out of the woodwork saying, well, we could trade for Terry McLaurin. That if Washington can't re-sign him, Terry's going to be traded. That Pittsburgh would jump all over an Ohio State wide receiver. It ain't happening.
Y'all realize Terry going to be a Redskin for life.
Yes, he will.
Yes, he will.
Yes, he will. I'm looking at Metcalf's contract. I think it's the DK Metcalf contract that really
5 year, 150 mil.
The 33
Way too
million
much.
a year, which I
Stupid.
think is crazy for somebody like DK who, if you look at numbers, I think Terry might be outperforming him or being more consistent of a receiver than he is.
Way better.
DK just has the prototypical size that you want.
Yeah. If I was us, if I'm the Redskins, I'm giving Terry either 4 or 5 year deal. Even though he got that,
I think it's gonna be a 3. I think it's gonna be a 3 year.
I think it's going to be 4. I honestly think it's going to be 4 because they know they can. They know he wants to be there. He knows he wants to be there. He's fine. They know that he finally has a quarterback that he can play with, and now he knows that this might be the best chance that he has to get a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I honestly think if you give him a 4-year contract, you have 5 total years, and you still have this year, and then you have your next 4 years.
Here's why it's probably going to be a 3 year. Terry's going to be 30 later this year. Age. At the end of
I'm not gonna lie. He's our generation of Art Monk.
I can see that.
Yeah.
He truly is. He truly is, because we have not re-signed anybody that has been legit worthy of a contract extension. You could say Santana Moss. You could.
I would.
But if we're being real, like, we haven't signed anybody, like a wide receiver that we've had. We haven't signed them to an extension since probably, I don't want to say Monk in them because that's too far back. Maybe Rod Gardner. I don't know how long he was here for.
It might be Monk at this rate.
It might be Art Monk in them. I don't know.
Because it's been none of the quarterbacks, none of the tight ends, none of the running backs. Been no one really on offense since then.
Yeah.
So, I mean, here's why it's going to be a 3 year. And me and Andrew were starting on it. It's going to be age. He's going to turn 30 later this year. A 3 year gets him to 33. If you give him a 4 on top of the 1 year left, that gets him to 34, 35. What does Madden do when running backs turn 30? They start on the decline. What do most wide receivers hit when they hit 32? On the decline. Ridley, Hopkins.
Not Larry Fitz.
Larry Legend is a special specimen. All right, no, Larry
Yeah,
Legend is
so can Terry. Terry could be that.
He
but
could
Terry
be, but
also
that doesn't mean he is going to be.
Yeah, I think Larry and Anquan are like the two
Yeah.
outliers to that kind of guy.
Yeah.
They're
I'm
the
There's
gonna
no
goats.
say,
reason. There's no reason that in 3 years, if his extension that we give him right now runs up, we can't re-sign him for another year or another 2 years, maybe. I mean, yeah, the market will be higher. Cap
but
space
see,
will be
but
more
see that,
will be
flexible.
higher.
Yep.
but see that's why you give him the 4 or 5 year deal.
You know,
That's why you give him it because instead of you giving him that 3 year deal, now you're stuck in the same situation you are. You could be honestly, you could be stuck in that same situation to where if you say you go ahead and sign him to a 4 or 5 year, you don't have to worry about it.
mhm.
Here's the other thing. If you sign Terry to a 3-year deal, so that gets him 4 years total on the end of this. If he wins a super, if we let's say in this hypothetical world, he wins a Super Bowl in year 2, right? Second year under his new extension. He retires right there. You've only got a year left of dead cap. If you give him a 4 or 5, you've got 2 to 3 years of dead cap plus whatever guarantees he does have.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's where you put it on the back side of his contract.
That's what who just signed for a giga contract that they put it on the back end? Brock Purdy.
Mhm.
Niners were strapped this season for cap to re-sign him. They're going to have hell to pay come 2020, 27, 28, when he's in year 3 of this thing.
27.
They'll
Yeah.
have no cap space because it's all going to be him. Bengals, same thing. They've got a
Mhm.
$1 billion offense and a $5 stake for a defense.
Yep.
Yeah, but hold up, that $5 steak don't sound bad now.
$5 stake from Dollar General, my friend. You don't want that steak.
God, these Dollar General, damn, dude.
Yeah, you don't want that steak.
Chris, I do kind of resonate with what you're saying though with the 4 year. I get that. If I could see how that would make a little bit more sense, especially if you make it backloaded. But I do think the age factor is going to be the big thing on there, and the fact that he still has 1 year left. Like if this was like the last year of his contract, I think the 4 year deal would make the most sense. But that having that 1 year left is 3 years would make it already a 4 year deal, and it's also I think Terry himself might want a 3 year deal because he knows that in 3 years the market's going to be different, and he might be able to get
Mhm.
even more money by holding off and taking a shorter deal now.
He will.
Yeah. And I've said it in the group chat. I've said it with the Brady Breakdown. Terry is not a braggadocious guy. He's not a guy who's going to want to reset the market. I don't think that's what the money is. I don't think he's getting reset the market money. If that was the case, he'd be at 41 and a quarter above Jamar.
He wants
I
the
think
team to win.
He wants the team to win. I think he's right where Reb was saying with the DK contract. That 32, 33, highway. And that's the discomfort is they're probably on that 30, 31, 32. He probably wants 32, 33, 34. So it's that guarantee of, do you pay a little bit more, but you got to guarantee a little bit more.
I mean, and it's smart that they're doing this now because if Jaden continues to play the way he does, bro's gonna. I don't think he'll reset the market, but he'll be right up there with like Josh Allen, like type contract.
When Jaden's ready for that contract, he might get the Mahomes contract. He might get that
Yeah,
7-year
It will.
keys to the kingdom and then some.
Yep.
That's my
He should. He deserves it.
he does.
I
He
mean,
will deserve it.
Yeah. Even if
Nah,
we
he
have a
gonna
down
earn that.
season.
He ain't gonna deserve it. He gonna earn that.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Well, think about this. Even if we go 10-7, lose in the second round of the playoffs, if you just swap the years, every team would take that.
Mm-hmm.
Second round of the playoffs, NFC Championship game. NFC Championship game, second year of the. Dak hasn't done nearly as much in 8 years than Jaden has done in 1.
Look how much he's getting paid.
And $60 million a year. 4 years, was it 4 years, 240?
Robbery.
Heist of the century, no Seth Rollins.
Mm-hmm.
No, Seth Rollins all the way, bro.
Oh yeah, so exact. Never mind. Seth Rollins all the way. Exactly. But I want to look. So we obviously know Terry's not getting traded. we obviously know this. Bleacher Report put out an article recently that gave 6 to 7 trades. And I want to see. I know all of our answers, but I want to get context on what you guys think of these hypotheticals. So I'm gonna go in order.
Hypotheticals that will never happen. All right,
Exactly.
let's do it.
I love this. I love it. So they said we send Terry McLaurin to the Arizona Cardinals. They send us edge rusher Zayvon Collins and a second-round pick.
Hated it.
Get that out of here.
That's basura.
I'm gonna just do this.
That's
And that's for all of them, by the way. Just saying.
Fair enough.
There better be some better than that.
Definitely.
There's some other ones. We send Terry to the Chargers, and we also send our only third-round pick. We get in exchange Quentin Johnston, a second and a fourth.
Hey, wake me up when these trade things are over, because
Little better, still no.
But I don't want Quentin Johnston. No way.
Nah, I'm good.
If he said Ladd McConkey,
he's young.
Yeah, I'd be like, okay.
Bro has no
yeah.
hands. Bro has no hands.
Ladd or Quinn?
Quentin.
Okay.
Ladd's got hands.
Yeah, Ladd definitely has
I was about to
hands.
say, like, Chris, you better wake
Quentin
up,
Johnson.
my friend. You better wake your ass up, boy. Ladd McConkey is a dog out there.
Yeah, he is.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Bro had 1 year.
One of the best
Let's
years
chill.
in Chargers history. So, I mean, he beat Keenan Allen's rookie record. All right, so we're sending Terry McLaurin to the Patriots, and we're getting in return tight end Austin Hooper and a second-round pick.
Definitely not.
God.
Definitely not. Definitely not. If you told me maybe Stephon with the boats and hose and all, I'd probably be more intrigued by that than.
If they said
Diggs in the first.
Yeah, Diggs in the first. Diggs in the first,
yeah,
and we could talk. Yeah, Diggs in the first, we could talk.
We can talk.
Tell Stephon Diggs to bring them boats and hose.
All right. Well, I mean, we're going to stay in the AFC East. We are sending Terry, Austin Eckler, and a fifth for Brees Hall in a second.
Whoa. Talk about getting fleeced.
Exactly.
No, that sounds like I'm getting fleeced.
I'd be willing to negotiate within those boundaries.
Yo, that sounds like that literally sounds like.
I'm not saying I do it for that, but I'm saying I'd give him a return offer maybe.
That's like
approaching that range.
That's like going on a blind date.
I don't hate that.
Yeah.
Like that's like going on a blind date, and then next thing you know, you take off the blindfold and you see the girl and you're like,
hey, Chris, you know what about blind dates? It's intriguing. You never know what you're gonna get. Maybe it'll be some chopper.
Andrew,
maybe it's a 10 out of 10. You never know.
Look, Andrew, look. If she looking good, like physically wise, but like doesn't have it in the face, you just put a bag over her head, turn off the lights.
Butt ahead. I mean, if you told me, if you say Terry McLaurin, Austin Eckler, and then you gave me Brees Hall and what's his name, Garrett Wilson, and then I'll be like, okay, I'll give you a fifth as well, just to sweeten the deal. I'll do that.
Sure.
Yeah, I do that.
All right. Touche. That's on here twice. So I'm gonna get the biggest one last. We sent Terry to the Titans because Lord knows they need help. They give us Treylon Burks, a second and a fifth.
I'm already out as soon as you said Treylon Burks.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm not saying he's not good, but I'm out.
Burks, a first and a third, and I'd think about that.
It's a little better.
Bro, I would rather quit my job.
They get Treylon Burks.
Yes, I would rather quit my job, bro.
Agree.
I take that back. I would rather like you know where I'm going with this. I'd rather date the ugliest girl than that.
Oh, I mean, talk about taking one
Like,
for the team. Taking
yeah.
one for the team. All right.
Yeah, I'm
And
good.
then Bleacher Report gives us the Steelers. We send him to the Steelers. We get a first round pick and then a fifth in
We didn't even get
27,
no
which was the
players
cap.
back, bro.
We get a first and a
Did we
fifth.
even get no, like, bro, what?
I need a little
Bro,
more.
Who would you want,
Mm.
Roman Wilson?
Not Roman.
hey, at that point,
Not Roman.
you're gonna have to get, if you want that, bro, you're gonna have to give me like the hottest cheerleader on the Steelers, bro.
All right, so
I'd say
Chris is
keep
just
your
in a
first and
mood.
give me. I'll say keep your first and give me TJ, and we can talk.
Oh,
Keep your first and give me TJ, and we can talk.
Here we go.
interesting.
That's
Yo,
better.
yo, hold on. Give me your first, or keep the first and just give me DK.
Nah,
No,
I don't
no,
want
that's
not
that.
that
worse.
I don't
contract.
want
Not
that.
That's
that
a
I'd
contract.
rather,
downgrade.
yeah, I'll take TJ because then I know my defense is gonna be like lights out across the board. And with a guy like Five, he can elevate the play of mainly any receiver you put around
Yeah,
him.
but
So I
we,
could
Yeah.
find somebody serviceable.
DK
we
is
say that, and then the defense would be like some shit because that's just the way we are. Like we've done that over the years, bro.
I don't know, man. Not with DQ and Joe Witt though, man.
Oh, I know. Trust me, yo.
Come on.
I know. Trust
Ryan
me.
Kerrigan coaching up TJ Watt. Come on, man.
That's wild.
Oh,
I don't even
yeah.
know. I don't even know if
I
he would
like
need
that.
coaching. TJ might show him a move or two.
Exactly.
Like, why would you get you all this back in practice? Just TJ would tell Ryan what AD told Verse. You want to see this retirement workout now,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
man.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's the one from ML Football that sent all of Commanders community in the same spot that you take this post down.
I don't know if I've seen this.
Terry to the Steelers.
Okay.
And there is a jersey swap edit on this too. It's him in a Steelers jersey
All
for
right.
a first, a third, and a fifth.
Yo, like what, bro? What?
Not happening.
No, because the Steelers are always
Yo,
middle of the pack. So what's
Yeah.
that
yo,
first worth?
there's a higher chance of me getting Donald Trump's granddaughter than that.
What is with you tonight? You are on one. You in the
I
mood
think
or
you're forgetting
something.
that this podcast is about football,
This
Chris.
is a family show. It's a
I'm
family
just
show.
saying.
It's a PG-13.
Yo, where's Chisel and Adonis at?
Hey man. I'm gonna pull the flashlight just in case. What you on right now? What you on right now? What type of narcotic you got? Come on. I mean, like legitimately, none of those offers even sound enticing.
Mhm.
Like what? Like, bruh.
I mean, Terry's just been too consistent. Like all the crazy catches, the attitude. Like I think that's the biggest thing. It's like it's hard to find guys who compete like Terry, but have no diva in them like he does, man. Like
Yeah.
Terry just comes in with his lunch pail. He comes in and goes to work. It's like you just gotta
Lunch
love
bill.
that, man. Yeah, man. His
Yo,
lunch pail, bro.
what you
He
mean
just
by the lunch bill, bro?
he's a blue collar worker, man. Like he comes in, gets the
I
job done. He
respect
has
that.
his lunch pail. He's ready to go
Yeah.
to work, get the job done, go home, come back, do it all again. And it's hard to find that in today's NFL at the receiver position. And I think that's those the intangibles to me are what make Terry so invaluable.
Can I be a little controversial for a minute?
What
What's
you
up?
got?
Oh my God.
Gain a few clicks. Hey, I'm not saying I'd do it. I would say I might negotiate and consider that last one a little bit. As much
Yo,
as I love
bro,
17,
bro,
I love this
bro,
man. A
bro.
first round pick, a third round pick, and a fifth round pick. I mean, even just with that first round pick, you could get a good receiver talent to replace him, and you got a third and fifth to back that up. I'd say you send him another offer, first and two thirds. They take that.
Bro,
I'm not too against that.
you lucky I don't fly to your house right now, bro. You lucky I don't fly to your house right now.
Hey, pull up, Chris. Let's see it.
I will pull up if you want me to. Like legit, I will pull up right now, bro, and we can scrap it out right now.
Let's do
Oh,
it. I'm waiting. I'll be
Uh,
outside.
that mustache has given Andrew some machismo.
Yeah. I like
I
yo,
love
mustache
Andrew,
hair.
Terry,
yo,
but
Andrew don't want
some of
that
those
smoke.
other
I,
offers were worse than that.
Yeah.
I will do anything to protect 1-7, bro. Like, yo, Andrew don't want that smoke. Not after me being in the
Is the
gym,
one
bro.
not even wearing his jersey? You can't talk, bro. Come on.
Yes,
Oh,
I can. Hey, look,
oh.
I can't wear the jersey because it's white, so you know it's gonna get dirty. Jonathan, you sitting on a comfy chair. That's why. That's different.
Touche.
Um,
Touche.
but me, I do anything for Terry. I mean, sheesh.
What do you mean by that?
Yo. Not
What do you mean by that?
Chris ready
Hold
to
up.
risk it all.
What? What are you telling us, Chris? What are you telling us?
like,
I mean, it is June. You want to tell us something?
yo, I will, I will break up with Liv Morgan.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Just saying.
This is outrageous. You would break up with a married woman. That's outrageous.
Yo, Liv Morgan is not married, bro. She's
Married to
not
Bo
married.
Dallas.
No, she's not, bro. She's 31 and single.
You clearly don't read.
Chris,
read the
how old are you?
comments.
Yo,
Are
I
you
am
even
19.
20?
I'll be
Oh.
20 in September.
Wow.
This man wants.
Hey,
Talk
like
about
Jay,
an age gap right there.
hey, like Jay Uso said, tell mommy I said hi.
Oh, you diabolical. This is diabolical. We can't. It's a family show. All right.
I don't care.
It's a family show. I got people to expect from us, and I hear
What? You got kids? Like Brock Lesnar said, I don't give a about your kids.
Apparently not. I mean, I definitely don't got kids like that, but I know people who do. Anywho, I'm just waiting. People are gonna say, "Oh, y'all gotta pay Terry now." You know, the thumbnail says pay Terry now. He didn't get paid until the end of June, start of July last time. It was like June 22nd when he got paid,
July 5th, sir.
or July 5th. Thank you. So we still have like a month to get through.
Yeah, because training camp starts officially when?
Minicamp is on Tuesday, and I think training camp is like
10th.
the 24th.
Yeah, so we still got some time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
think,
worried.
Yeah, I think they would want to get it done at the beginning of training camp because mini camp is one thing. You know, Terry will take the fines, and even then, I honestly think he might still show up to mini camp.
Yeah.
But just knowing the type of guy that Terry is, but I think it'll be done by training camp.
Yeah. I don't. If July 4th comes around and there is no news, then we can start dipping into where does the odometer start to read of concern level. But we're still in June.
Mm-hmm.
It's June 8th.
Concern level
Like
0.
Zero.
Maybe
Not
2.
concerned. It'll happen.
Oh, you're not concerned about me coming to your house?
Hey, that's a different story. I might need to be on the lookout.
Bro's gonna be staring outside his window like, is he coming? He's coming? Oh my god, I'm scared.
Oh, I gotta start putting pause. I gotta have a pause button at this rate. Good lord. Just for Chris, the pause button. I'm calling it. I need a pause button for just Chris.
Just saying, bro. Just saying.
Diabolical work, but
yeah, that's right. It is diabolical.
This is diabolical. What have we become? What have we done? Chris out here on a stool and jeans. Andrew with a machismo mustache out here making diabolical sentences.
Jeans? Are you serious? We talking jeans? Yo, these are gym shorts, bro. How dare you disrespect me?
Even worse. Right.
Even worse? Even worse?
We have professionalism out here. All right, you rock a jersey or you rock a hat.
Yeah, I'm rocking my hat.
No, but all jokes aside and all fun aside, I think we're all in agreement. Terry's gonna get paid one way or the other. We trust an AP. You just gotta trust the process.
Mm-hmm.
Trust the process.
If you want something to worry about Marshawn Lattimore not being at OTAs.
Amen.
Worry Worry about
I'm not even
Laramie-
worried about that.
Worry about Laramie Tunsil not being at OTAs, getting familiar with his new teammates.
Eh.
But Terry is going to get the bag. He's going to get the money. And we're going to have ourselves another 1,000-yard season.
Mm-hmm.
He might have 1,100 yards.
Yeah.
All for
Well,
it.
hey, I'm all here for it. But that being said, Reb, appreciate you coming on and staying late with us, man.
For sure, man. It's always fun talking to you all. I was excited for the opportunity to jump on here and talk ball. I'm pumped, man. I'm happy that the season is starting to get back up. I keep saying that. I've been waiting for football. It's less than 100 days away, and I feel like it's like Christmas almost. It's just like, oh, can't wait. My wife's a Cowboys fan, and she's even excited. So
Bro,
I know,
what did you
but
go wrong at?
hey,
What
listen,
the-
I love her, but still, she's excited.
What's she excited for?
I mean, she's excited to watch Commanders games. Then that shows us where we're at, right?
All right, it's progression.
It is progression.
Gotta get her a Terry jersey next.
Yeah, she said if we make it to the Super Bowl, she will show up decked out, head to toe, Commanders gear. She said it.
Props to you, Reb, for making that work out. I don't think I can do that.
It's all good. I've been around the opposition my whole life. My brother's an Eagles fan, so I'm just I'm just in the trenches, man.
Yeah.
It'd be the people, it'd be the ones you love, man. It's the ones you love.
The ones you love be hurting you the most.
Yes, sir.
Man. But let's head into this off season, and we're gonna have a lot of content, not just us, but on the fence. You can go follow them at the OTF Podcast, Instagram, Twitter, all those links down in the description. You can follow us at Ballin In Burgundy Podcast on Instagram and Twitter, TikTok at Ballin In Burgundy Podcast 22, because Twitter hates on usernames and I refuse to pay for a verification. I ain't paying $15 a month.
Don't do it.
That I ain't got the money right now. But you boy kind of broke at the moment. But if you want up to date, it's going to be Instagram and Twitter. If you want long form, short form reels, and just a good time, all you got to do is like, share, and subscribe here on YouTube. Here the Ballin In Burgundy Podcast and On The Fence Podcast. Go give them a follow down in the description, and they'll be on the thumbnail. Let's enjoy this offseason. The first true offseason we can enjoy, not having to worry about what this team's going to be. Let's enjoy the warm weather. Let's enjoy the ride that AP and DQ is taking us on. And with that being said, don't forget to stay ballin'. We will see all y'all out there.
Peace out.